She knew something was wrong the night she stopped checking her phone. For years, her fingers had moved without thinking, unlock, refresh, wait. A small habit built from hope. But that night, she placed the phone face down on the table and stared at the wall instead. The silence felt louder than any unanswered message. That was the moment she didn't recognize herself anymore. When they first met, waiting felt beautiful. His name was Adrian, and he spoke softly, like every word mattered. He listened with his eyes more than his mouth. When he smiled, it was slow and careful, as if he didn't want to promise too much too soon. She liked that about him. It felt safe. Her name was Mira. She had always loved deeply, openly, without measuring the cost. People told her she felt too much, cared too much. Adrian never said that. He just let her be. In the beginning, love came in small moments. Coffee cups left half finished because they talked too long. Quiet walks where their hands brushed but didn't hold yet. Messages sent late at night that said nothing important and everything at the same time. He wasn't dramatic. He didn't say big words like forever. But he stayed. And for Mira, staying was enough. She didn't notice when waiting slowly became part of loving him. Adrian was ambitious in a quiet way. He had plans that lived in his head, not his mouth. Dreams he didn't explain fully. When he talked about the future, Mira listened carefully, hoping to hear her name somewhere in it. Sometimes she did, sometimes she didn't. At first, she told herself it was normal. Love didn't need to be loud. Not everyone expressed it the same way. She learned to read his silences, to understand his pauses. She adjusted. When he cancelled plans because he was tired, she smiled and said she understood. When his replies came hours late, she told herself he was busy. When his eyes drifted away during conversations, she convinced herself he was thinking deeply. Every small disappointment, she wrapped in patience. Waiting became her way of loving him. Time passed quietly, like dust settling. Mira stopped wearing certain clothes because Adrian never noticed them. She stopped talking about her fears because he didn't know how to respond. She stopped asking questions because the answers were always unclear. "What are we?" she once asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Adrian looked at her for a long moment, like he was searching for the right words. "We're good," he said finally. She nodded. She always nodded. That night, she cried silently in the bathroom so he wouldn't hear. Not because he was cruel, but because he wasn't choosing her either. Still, she stayed, because love, to her, meant patience. And patience meant waiting. There were moments that felt like hope. The way he held her hand when crossing the street, tight and protective. The way he remembered small details about her childhood. The rare nights he pulled her close and said, "I'm glad you're here." Those moments kept her alive inside the waiting. She began to build her life around his availability. Her schedule bent around his mood. Her happiness depended on his presence. Slowly, without realizing it, she stopped being the center of her own life. Friends noticed first. "You don't laugh the same anymore," one of them said gently. Mira smiled and changed the subject. She didn't want to explain a love that looked fine from the outside but felt empty in the quiet. Adrian never asked her to sacrifice herself. That was the painful part. He never demanded. He never controlled. He never said, "Give up who you are for me." She did it on her own. Because she believed that if she waited long enough, loved softly enough, asked for little enough, he would finally choose her fully. She didn't see that love shouldn't require disappearing. The distance grew slowly. He started sharing less, coming home later, smiling more at his phone than at her. Mira noticed everything, but she said nothing. She had learned that silence kept the peace. One evening, she cooked his favorite meal. The candles burned low while the food went cold. He came home distracted. "Sorry," he said, glancing at his phone. "Long day." She nodded. They ate quietly. At some point, she realized she was sitting across from someone she loved deeply, yet felt completely alone with. That realization hurt more than any argument ever could. The breaking point didn't come with shouting. It came with exhaustion. Mira woke up one morning and felt nothing but heaviness. Not sadness, not anger, just tired. She looked at herself in the mirror and saw someone unfamiliar. Her eyes were dull, her smile forced, her heart worn thin from waiting. That day, she didn't ask Adrian how he was. She didn't check his mood. She didn't adjust herself to fit his silence. She just existed. Adrian noticed. "You're quiet today," he said. She almost laughed. "We've always been quiet," she replied. "You were just hearing it now." He frowned, confused. That night, she finally asked the question she had been avoiding. Do you see a future with me? She asked, her voice steady but fragile. Adrian didn't answer immediately. The pause was long, too long. I don't know, he said honestly. I care about you, but I'm not ready for more. Something inside Mira cracked, not loudly, but completely. She realized then that she had been waiting for something he never promised to give. And in that waiting, she had lost herself. She didn't cry that night. She felt strangely calm. The next morning, she packed slowly. Not out of anger, but clarity. Adrian watched her, confused and quiet. Are you leaving? He asked. Yes, she said softly. Why? She looked at him one last time. Because I've been waiting for your love, she said. And I forgot to give any to myself. He didn't stop her, not because he didn't care, but because deep down, he knew she was right. Years later, Mira sometimes thinks about him. Not with pain anymore, but with understanding. She learned that love should not feel like standing in line for something that may never come. It should not require shrinking, silencing, or disappearing. She learned that waiting can be beautiful, but only when someone is walking toward you, not away. Somewhere, Adrian continues his life, unaware of how deeply he was loved. And somewhere else, Mira is learning to love herself again, slowly, patiently, without waiting. The saddest part is not that she waited for his love. The saddest part is that she lost herself believing that waiting was all she deserved. And that silence, once familiar, now reminds her of everything she will never allow.